Pope Francis tells young adults the church needs them.
Ustedes son el hoy de Dios, el hoy de la Iglesia.
On Saturday, the Holy Father
No solo el
addressed nearly
futuro, ¿no? El hoy.
250 young adults from around the world. The group was taking part in an international youth forum. The forum focused on how to best implement ideas from last year's Youth Synod. And joining me now from Rome is Brian Rood, who was a youth leader at the forum. He is a senior studying theology at the Catholic University of America. Brian, you and other young delegates have been talking about a wide range of issues. What are some of the themes you and others have been talking about, and how do you think you'll be implementing ideas from last year's Bishop Synod on youth?
Yeah, well, thank you for having me. We did cover a wide range of topics over these past few days. It was interesting because there were over 250 young people gathered there, youth and young adults as we would call them in the United States. And what we found was that we often faced the same challenges and often had the same good experiences, but they kind of manifested themselves in different ways. So we kind of found that around the world, Christus Vivit, this apostolic exhortation that Pope Francis has written, has been received very, very well. The problem has just been getting young people, getting youth and young adults to actually read the document. And that comes for a bunch of different reasons. In places like the US and maybe the UK, the issue is just getting people to read a document that's 299 paragraphs long. But one of my friends from my working group, Stephen from Hong Kong, explained to us that the young people in Hong Kong simply can't afford the document.
Let me follow up with you on that because you met Pope Francis on Saturday. How do you think you personally will live out the Holy Father's advice in your own life?
You know, we all kind of agreed as well that this has to happen on a local level before it can really take off on a national level. My working group, we were all asked to come up with a phrase that we could use to summarize the past few days, and we chose dream big, think small, in that we have these big dreams. We all want to, engage young people around the world, but we have to take it on small levels. And that was inspired by Mother Teresa, or at least the quote that's attributed to her that was, "We can do no great things, only small things with great love." So for me, I think it's about going back home and raising awareness about the document, about the Synod, engaging young people, and also engaging, our priests and our bishops and the laity and our lay ecclesial ministers in saying, this is a call for all of us. It's a call to collaboration, but we have to take it one small step at a time. And again, that will look differently in each diocese across the world. But I think for me, the first step is just to help raise awareness and to kind of gather people to join in this cause.
There are so many challenges to the church today. At the Bishop's annual Spring General Assembly a couple weeks ago, Bishop Robert Barron of Los Angeles presented some sobering statistics. For every one person joining the church today, there's a little over 6 are leaving. Almost 8 in 10 leave by the age of 23, and the median age for the church leaving the church is just 13 years old. After this forum, do you think your work will actually help bring young people back to the church?
That is such a tough question to answer, and I think it's a very complex question. I think if we take what the Holy Father has laid out for us in Christus Vivit, if we take what the Synod Fathers and the auditors discussed at the Synod, we have a chance to really engage people. I think some of the most powerful words that have been written or spoken over the past 100 years were when Pope Emeritus Benedict wrote in Deus Caritas Est, the Christian life is not the result of an ethical choice or a lofty decision, but comes from encounter with a person and with an event. And I think that's the thing. I think if we can become a church of encounter, a church of relationship, one that's willing to sit down and listen, to accompany, as Pope Francis lays out for us, as he has from the beginning of his pontificate, starting with Evangelii Gaudium, that's the way that we're going to engage young people. And I think that does include engaging in great, deep theological and philosophical discussion, something that Bishop Barron does very well. But I also think it means that we have to become people of encounter, and that means with every individual person, understanding their individual experience and helping them to come know Christ through that.
So many important ideas, so many important themes that came out of this week. Brian Rood, youth leaders and a senior at the Catholic University of America. Thanks so much for talking with us today.
Thank you so much.